So we are here in Palermo in this beautiful artwork, and we are discussing for TED what is the idea of cultural DNA. So I'm teaching in Domus Academy. That is a school of design in Milan. So for me, DNA is not only biology, it's not only technology, but is the sentiment of beauty. So I think that this is relevant also for science, because you cannot have beauty without science and science without beauty. So we started many years ago considering that the key point for us in the Italian way of life was the design, was this incredible idea of beauty that the great master of design started to introduce in economy, in the way of living after the Second World War. Sozzas, Mendini, Castiglioni, now they are really well known all around the world, but they started in the 60s to introduce this idea to let the life beauty, to let the life be beauty, using the design for the ordinary thing. In the past, the beauty was only related to monumental, only related to the privilege of luxury. In the 60s, after the Second World War in Italy, they started to figure out the idea that beauty can be a part of everyday life. So we say that that can be a reality in Italy, because we have in the past this great history of Renaissance, the idea of Michelangelo, Raffaello, Brunelleschi. So the idea that you have to introduce the beauty not only in painting but also in the ordinary life, in the objects of everyday life. And the great master of design did this. So they started to change the everyday life of the Italian citizens after the Second World War, starting what we call an economic miracle, bringing Italy into the industrial power, into the industrial economy, starting from a very low level of industrialization and of a very low level of social life. We had this great change using aesthetic to reshape the ordinary thing. I think that this is a kind of miracle. I think that they brought aesthetic, using the history of Italy, using the way of doing of the Renaissance lab, Renaissance laboratories of art and craftsmanship. They use this kind of route to bring beauty into the industrial system and into everyday life. So really in a different way from US, they started to invent, let me say, the mass market of goods. In Italy, we have the industrialization of the problem with the great attention to the quality, to excellence, to the idea of identity. So in Italy, it is this kind of miracle that happens, that objects start to speak. And they speak in an aesthetic level. They speak considering a new frame, new element of identity. And so this is the reason why we, starting from the Renaissance, looking to design, we are challenging the new crisis that the economy has joined. And we try to change really the consideration, the way of doing in many other sectors. So the early beginning, when we started with Francesco and many others in this association, Renaissance Link, is to say, if we were so brave, if we were so able to bring aesthetic in the daily life of our houses, why not in the cities? Why not in the agriculture? Why not in many other fields that need absolutely to adopt this lesson of beauty design was able to introduce in society, in life, and in industrialization of projects. So this is the idea. The idea of Renaissance Link is to have a great relation with aesthetics and to bring it in many other fields of production, of research. So why not internet? Why not science, everything we say is to relate with beauty. Beauty is absolutely the content that can change the world and can also help people to stay better in the place where they are.